In this tutorial we're going to learn the basics of how to use keyframes, and this is for all levels. So keyframes are really vital to any project you do, and it's always vital that you get them right. So what a keyframe is, it allows movement or fading of an element within the timeline. And what it is it's a set, at that point it is a set value. So if you want it to a title to come in, you need to make it move. And so it can be used with anything, rotation, position, you can use it for effects, for opacity, whatever you want. So I'm going to show you a quick one how to use it for a title. So I've pre-made a title here, and I'm going to drag it on top of the video that I've got. And just make it the same size as that first clip. So at the moment it just sits there and doesn't do anything, because that's how I've made my title. Once you click on it, and if you go to your effects control within your preview section, you can make the title do what you want it to do. So if you click on your clip, go to motion, then here you've got options of scale, rotation. I'm going to use position. Now you've got like a separate timeline at the top here which you can move along. So I'm going to say that for the beginning and end of this, I want the title to not be on screen. Now what you need to do first is activate keyframes. You only need to click this once, you don't need to click it again. So you toggle the animation and you click, and what you get here, which is quite difficult, so you get a small little diamond which is called a keyframe. What you need to do is find where you want your keyframe to stop. So I want my keyframe, I want my skate to come up here. You click on the diamond, that adds a keyframe point. What I need to do is go back to the previous one now and change the value here. So I want the skate to be off screen. So you can do that by changing this value here, which is the position keyframe. So I want it to just be off screen when it starts. And if I show you what this does, it does that to basics. Now I don't like where skate appears within there, so I'm going to move it to the middle, and I'm going to move it down slightly. So now I've got that. Now it comes in quite quick. If you think it's too quick, click on the keyframe and you can move it along a bit, and what that will do is change where that stops. So now you have skate, and it comes in, but obviously it doesn't go at the end, so it stays where it is. If you want it to stay in a set place, you need to set a keyframe like you did at the first one. So this is a set value here, and the set value is this section here. If you move along, I want the skate to disappear, start disappearing here, so I need to set another keyframe. These two values are the same, which means it will stay in the same place. So I want it to start moving from there. So what I will do is set another keyframe, and then I will make it move up slightly and move along. So what I'm wanting the skate to do now is it moves in, stays there, and then starts to move out towards the end. And that's very basic keyframing and how to use it. You can do this for opacity. So if you go to the opacity area, you can activate the keyframe by clicking that. Click. So I want the opacity to be 100% there, but here I want it to be 0%. So you can enter a value, hit enter, and it will add a keyframe. Now a common mistake, so this adds in, so as you can see it comes in like, a common mistake that people make is this here will flick between each keyframe. If you don't use these and you just move it around and then go, oh no, I want that to be a lower opacity, it will automatically add in a keyframe, and it will not do it on the previous one. So you'll end up with keyframes right next to each other like this, and you're like, oh no, that's not right, I want to add more, and then it moves along a bit and you're like, oh god, I can't get it right. And so what you end up with is this. So you get a real mess of keyframes. Try to avoid that by using these arrows here, and it means that you will have less problems when you're editing your keyframes. So choose a point where you want to edit and do it that way. A better way to do keyframes is not to have it, if you look at how this skate comes in, it just stops dead. Now that's quite an unprofessional way of doing it. So using this, using the arrows, come to the keyframe where it stops, right click on your keyframe, or on a Mac hold Control and click, and you need to come down to temporal interpolation. So go here, you've got ease in and ease out. Because the title is moving in, you want to ease in. So what you should see now is the title doesn't just stop, it slows to a stop. Now it just, at the end, it just quickly starts to leave as soon as you get to it. So do the opposite for this one, ease out. And what you get now is a slightly more professional looking keyframe use. And that's the basics of keyframing.